Alrighty, good morning, fellas. How are we doing today? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to stream recap. I think 104 is today, which is pretty cool. I actually started today's stream a little early because I had something super important, something really cool that I saw on the GTL to show you guys. I've never seen anything like this. Okay, let me warn you ahead of time. Now, you know, I search the GTL for 2012s and 2013s all the time. Not a big deal. I search the GTL, look for 2012s, right? Saw a Charizard caught in 2012. Nothing crazy. Not a big deal. However, when I switched it to 2013, that same Charizard is still there. How could that be the case? How could one Charizard... Is that a glitch? No. It's because this Charizard was caught December 31st in 2012. So it was literally caught the last day possible at the cutoff. So it shows up weirdly for both. I thought this was so cool. Maybe I'm just a turbo nerd. I thought this was so interesting. Now I'm probably not gonna buy it because it's 10 mil. But I thought that was really cool. A final 2012 day caught Charizard that logs as both 2012 and 2013 is super strange. Yeah, I was really shocked to see that. Also, I have a ton of Pokeyen to collect. Wait a minute. Also, I'm damp because I was underwater. Let's go ahead and collect the Pokeyen while we're doing cooler stuff. 10 mil right here from Mysterious Premier Balls. Let's click it, fellas. Boom. Up to 59 mil. Easy peasy. It's just that simple. Almost at 60 mil cash. That's pretty nuts. Hey, Pat, how you doing? Did you change the ability on your shiny Ditto? Yes, I did actually give it hidden ability. It costs like 1 mil Pokeyen. Or like it was like 900k. It was like 3 prismatic pearls, which are kind of expensive, right? And then you need a non-shot, whatever, a random hidden ability access Ditto, and you suck the hidden ability access and put it onto the shiny with prismatic pearls. So yeah, this shiny Ditto is now competitive ready. I'm actually probably gonna lend it over to Smooge. Whenever he wants to do a video on it, he should let me know because I would love to. I'm ready to lend out the Patrouski OT shiny comp Ditto. I was thinking to myself, isn't this super cheap? I'm gonna buy that 2013 Snorlax. It's crazy cheap. This one's just running for 95. Like, that's fine. 40k. There's only 2 on the GTL at all. I like picking up 2013s. 2013s are way less good of an investment. I honestly would not. I would probably recommend people to buy 2012s, but obviously make your own financial decisions, please. I wouldn't recommend people to buy 2013s probably. 2013s are really just because I love 2013. It was a cool year. It's when I started playing PokeMMO, so I personally have a lot of nostalgia for 2013. I'm more of a personal collector for 2013 than it being like an actually relevant, good investment alongside being a collectible, right? Okay, in the meantime, while I'm kind of dirtling, I'm gonna head over to the I almost said Shelter, Clam Pearl Horde spot, which is just to the northwest of Moss Deep City. Honestly, a super underrated shiny hunt. I recommend checking it. I should pop a repel though. I recommend checking it out. You have to like go up here, I believe. And then there should be like a swimmer. It should be near a swimmer, but maybe I've gone too far. No, this might work. Just somewhere over in this area. And then if you pop ×5 hordes, you'll get 100% Clam Pearls. And Clam Pearl is a decent shiny with the gold pearl. I really like shiny Huntail. That's what I would, if I were to get one of these, I would evolve it into a shiny Huntail. I think it's a beautifully underrated mint green type shiny. Very similar to Maril, if you like shiny Maril. Hey Pat, do you think keeping 1x31 IVs on a field Pokemon male going for 2 to 3k GTL is worth keeping? Like, it's like not, like you're saying, like, do you think it's like not worth not selling because they're just literally so cheap? I stopped selling Pokemon once they cost more than, if they cost less than like 2 to 3k Pokeyen, it's not worth listing them in my opinion, because the listing fee is just gonna eat you alive. Like, I always say, imagine if you sell 10 Pokemon that are 2k each, right, on the GTL. If 8 of them sell, you're you're paying guaranteed the 10k listing fee, right? Let's say 8 of them sell for 2k. Let's do the math on that, right? 8 of them sell. But then the other 2 don't, right? So you've only made, what is that after listing fee? You only made 6k profit after if 2 don't sell, and then you have to relist those 2 or just release them. So you're also losing like 2 more K. Like you start to really eat into like any sort of profits if you're selling mons for 2K, or less than 2K, especially. It's just never worth, but 2 to 3K. It's a weird one. It depends on the IVs. 31 special attack in field aid group is probably what you're looking at. Like those are just really cheap because not many people need them, but they're underrated. I don't know. I honestly don't think they should be this cheap. I don't know what causes them to be so cheap. Like for example, Eevee needs 31 special attack, but Eevees aren't that good right now. But Eevee's in the field aid group. But often Eevees are male gender. It's like an 87.5% wild split. Let's check what's a 2 times 31 cost for this. Like one's super cheap, man. Look at that, 15K. It's up to like you could keep them to hope for a different market in like 6 months or so to where these do get more expensive, but as it sits, it's pretty unfortunate. These are just really cheap. Field aid group, certain prices like this. What about field aid group 2 times 31 like this? Attack. Honestly, it's not that much better. It's a little bit better, but what about male? That's really good. That's healthy, to be fair. 40K for a 2 males, like about what you'd expect. It's interesting to see. Certain markets, I think it's alphas especially, certain markets have been overly affected. Certain specific markets, like 31 special attack IV fields, have been overly affected by alphas and such than others have. It's definitely a tough thing to balance. I think it's pretty balanced. I think the market's in a pretty good spot, but there's definitely winners and losers. That's really all it comes down to. And I would say field special attack IVs are losers. If really do whatever you want to do. If you want to sell them, more power to you. If you want to release 31 special attack IV field aid group or whatever, right, to like not waste your time on them, I wouldn't blame you for that. I might do the same, right? And if you wanted to hold them for a different market to see if they go up, like every single option is pretty much viable. And I don't even know the best. It's pretty complicated. Do whatever works best for you is what I would say. Hey Pat, is it worth it if we buy Gabites for 1,000 Pokeyen and then level them and sell them for 9K for Garchomp? I love, and I always encourage new players. It is one of the coolest money-making methods and easiest when you're a new player to XP train Pokemon, either for other people for various reasons. Yes, absolutely. There are a couple different Pokemon with price margins like that. Let's go ahead and check. So like Deanno, for example, 14K. Hydreigons should be around 8K. This one's underpriced. Let's check. Dragonite is probably gonna be enough of. What about Haxorus? Is there a Haxorus base price? A little bit. Most Haxorus is 12K or so. I bet Axews and Fractures are a lot cheaper, so it's like a 10K margin there. I think Volcarona is one. Volcarona is a good one. 27,000 Pokeyen per Volcarona, while Larvestas are going to cost you around 7-8K a piece. So buy yourself a Larvesta for 8K, level up to Volcarona. Now it's not going to be like easy, free. It's all hard work. You're putting in the effort and the time to XP train, but that's pretty significant. Yeah, level 100 Brelooms go for a lot of money, but that's for good reason, because Breloom is literally like one of the slowest Pokemon to level in the entire game. So don't get baited by the promise of an easy level 100, Breloom Pokeyen. That Pokemon's a pain in the ass to level, but yeah, it's a cool one to look out for, dude. This is a really good talking point, actually. How people talk about like, oh, it's too late to get into PokeMMO. I'm so behind, yada yada yada. The Ditto metagame for what is best for catching Ditto has changed like 3 times over the past year, right? We firstly went from like repeat balls getting nerfed to now like dusk balls were good or whatever. But now we also have dream balls with Johto. That was that's like 2 changes right there. And then we had Fortress plus it was like Fortress strategy was good to like turn it into like a low defense specific Fortress, make it a bug for net ball catching. That was like the 3rd strat. And now I think Vaporeon is one of the best ways to catch Ditto. There's video guides out there on these money making methods and on these catching methods for Ditto, but like we've literally seen like 4 or more Ditto meta evolutions in the past year. Like we are still optimizing and finding new things to solve PokeMMO. Like Pokemon, because the things aren't parallel. Pokemon and PokeMMO just aren't parallel. You didn't need to catch Dittos this efficiently in traditional Pokemon, and it didn't exist in this way, and the catch rate didn't exist like this. Like, it's really, really, really interesting. Like, it's really interesting to see how things are still being developed in this way. Okay, I know I came to Clampro because I wanted to, like, do something instead of just sitting there doing nothing, but now I kind of have the urge to XP train. And since if you ever have the urge to do something like XP train or like shiny hunting, like, if you have the urge to do some sort of grinding, I love this glitch, by the way. Look at me still floating on the thing. if you have the urge to go grind, you should just go take advantage of that. Go do it for sure. Absolutely. Any Pokemon you recommend breeding for profit? If you Google what's the best Pokemon to breed for profit, PokeMMO, I have a video that covers it, and it should be like a timeless video that should always be relevant. I was pretty happy with that video. Okay, something I've been forgetting / missing out on. I haven't been looking over my keep box. Like, this box is essentially a UT's 2.0, and I haven't been checking that nearly enough because there are also Pokemon over here that need a bunch of EV training. So I gotta start being better about checking that. I'm gonna go ahead and go train this Metagross, I think. The question is, I want to train raid Pokemon today. I think that's important to me. Do you guys think I should train this thing in special defense or defense? I like the idea of going special defense and then setting up iron defense with it, so that then it can be a like full wall and like really dodge like any damage essentially and be unkillable. I like that, but it's kind of greedy. I like going the greedy play, I feel like, more often than being a full like defensive wall or ones. Yeah, I like the idea of going this cosmic power too. I do always, to be fair, I always forget about cosmic power. That's a good point, honestly. Cosmic power was stored power. People weren't using stored power against... That was more Uniclus's strategy against raids, but I could also see Metagross being a decent user. Does it really get stored power? I honestly didn't know that. I didn't see anybody doing stored power strat with Metagross versus raids, but I could see that being relevant in the future. Does it get stored power? I don't even see it. I don't know if it gets stored power, to be fair. It does, I promise. No way, I lied. But local up-and-coming PokeMMO content creator Spidget lies. Are you kidding me? No, it's an obvious fucking mistake. That was a good meme. So yeah, no, Uniclus was using that exact same way with the stored power sort of play style. So it makes sense. It still could get like amnesia or something like that or whatever, or some other way to raise its special defense. So like it's not. Maybe I don't have to go. You said cosmic power. Let me check that. It does get cosmic power. Yeah, cosmic, like, which is pretty good. I could, if it gets cosmic, I could split the defenses, or at that point I'd rather go full. I'm gonna go full special. I'm gonna go full special defense. What other Pokemon do I need to train full special defensively becomes the next question. These are pretty cool. Be the Snow is sending me some. He said he's got some cool OTs on Pokemon. These are pretty cool. I don't know Dawn. I mean, I know that obviously it's like the name of a an actual Pokemon character, but I don't know the person Dawn. I do know Enzo. Community manager, I believe. He might be like a higher. Sorry if that's wrong. Might be a higher rank now. Really cool staff member. Teresa, the person who lent me the 1-of-1 party hat in game. Dawn's a mod. I'm not familiar. Fuck. Now I feel like a loser. Teresa's very, very cool. That they've been around forever, playing the game forever. Really big. Like bought the first shiny Suicune in the game, the first legendary shiny that came into PokeMMO. They bought it with someone else. Smooge, okay, he's a pretty cool guy. I've heard Smooge is pretty decent, I guess. Matsui, I also don't know. I'm so sorry. And then Master Keys, I also don't know. I'm sure they're very important figures in the community. Dude, I'm not as involved as I once was, but that's really cool, man. I think it's cool to have these OT collections. Also, all of them being Vanillishes and Vanillites, I respect that a lot more. We got more. Minish. We got, okay, the Patrouski Vanillix. Hatched in the Safari Zone. Kind of cool. And then Optimus. Sunday. I don't know Optimus either, but dude, that's crazy to have the shiny. That's sick, dude. Congratulations. Your name is B. I just realized your name is B the Snow, and you're a Vanillish collector. Vanillix is one of my favorite PvP mons ever. Very easy to use. If you're a new player, man, that's actually probably one of my #1. If you're a new player trying to get into NU, dude, check out Vanillix. This Pokemon, to be fair, it's probably, to be fair, actually, never mind, I'm trolling. It's really bad in this metagame. Against Blaziken, Hitmontop, Rotom, it's fine. It's like kind of loses a neutral matchup. Quillfish, like it loses against, to be fair, it's really bad in the metagame. But in certain metagames, it is so easy to bring in Spam Blizzard and just pop off. Team Rocket, nice. You have a lot, dude. Holy jeez Louise. Rumel. Jinxed. Be the Snow. That's sick, dude. Congratulations. Well, I know Jellicent probably should go bold. Some people run it calm. I'm going to run mine sassy. Not the best, but you know what? We'll get it built. So here's some mons. I'm actually going to go special defense EV train, which I don't do very often. You don't really need special defense EVs too often. But this Metagross here is going to be for raids, which I'm really excited for. This Cofagrigus is going to end up being for raids slash PVM slash PvP. I honestly just want to own two. I don't own any Cofagrigus comps, so I want to go ahead and own two of them. Just 25, really cheap comp to make, 25 plus in all defenses, just a tank. That's it. Swablu Bold. I'm going to go special defense training on this one because I am obsessed with Cotton Guard Altaria. I love going Altaria, and I love setting up Cotton Guard, which if you don't know, gives it +3 defense. So you train this thing in 252 HP, 252 special defense. You make it just specially defensively unkillable, and then you go like Cotton Guard, Roost, Heal Bell, Dragon Pulse, and as long as you take out every ice move your opponent has before you bring it out, you pretty much just win. It's so annoying. It's a one-man army. I love it. And then Piloswine is really good. Eviolite Piloswine is incredible in NU. Has been for a very, very long time. I think a bulky one with Careful, and then going 2v2 special defense, 2v2 HP, and then either Curse or just straight up attack moves and something like that. Yeah, Cotton Guard is a crazy move. And then once again, the Frillish that I just went over. We're going to go make that 2v2 HP, 2v2 special defense as well. So let's just go ahead and find a good special defense EV training spot that I want to go to. Okay, there's not really any good special defense EV training spots. I could go do like Frillish and get only 5 EVs per horde as opposed to 10, but that's just not worth it. I could go, I guess like Gotharita is probably the best. The big ones are like Dugong, Tentacruel, Mantine. Those are like the obvious ones. Gotharita is at Route 9 Unova. I might go check that out. There's not many good spots for special defense EVs. You just don't need special defense EVs that commonly, to be fair. Hypno. Hypno might be a good one, honestly. Where are Hypno hordes at? That is Berry Forest Kanto. I'm down to do that. Let's go do Hypno hordes. Hypno's honestly a really cool shine. I think I might have trained there before. That was a good call, chat. Oh, I didn't even realize, but I am done special defense EV training there. Okay. Okay. So we're done there. Let's go do some, to be fair, a lot of these Pokemon do need different other EVs. Like this needs HP. This needs HP. If everything just needs HP, let's just go switch out the Metagross for one more mon and go do some HP EV training. I can go HP EV train at Maril in Hoenn, or I could, weirdly enough, go do Wobbuffet, Lickitung, and Cerulean Cave. I don't know if I can do enough damage to them, honestly, to kill them, though, which is a problem. I'm just going to do Maril to be safe with it. Okay, I'll show you guys where I go EV train. I specifically don't shiny hunt Maril like super aggressively so that I can always have access to this Maril spot as an EV training spot, and then it's also a really good shunt. So I'm gonna go in the PC and heal really quick so I can show you. But like, go to Oldale Town, I think. Oldale Town. This is like a great. It's right here. You just surf on the water. You pop your Sweet Sense. This is easily one of like the best beginner great shiny hunts probably in Pokemon. Like it's a fantastic shiny hunt, fantastic EV training spot. Let's see if we can find a shiny Maril. Shiny Maril is fantastic. Shiny Osmoril is fantastic. It just depends on what you prefer. I prefer Maril personally. Some people prefer the gold of Osmoril. Yeah, it's a great spot for pretty much any shunter. Yeah, it's fantastic. Is there a max amount of listings on the GTL? Yes. I'm trying to remember. Is it 150? I actually know that because when I was doing my Cranidos hunt, I was selling off so many Cranidoses. That I reached max listing units. There is a max. I think it might be 150 or something like that. I'm not sure. Someone asked what the satellite is in PokeMMO. The satellite is the XP reamplifier item. It's essentially an XP all. So I don't have to use like XP shares or whatever on everyone. It does give you a small bonus as well of giving you like a 5% XP boost on each Pokemon you're leveling. I'm surprised the Mr. Mime, Farfetch'd, and Jinx from 2012 are priced like rare mons when every single account probably got one back then from the NPC trades. So there's a couple reasons. This is actually, I've thought about this a lot. This is a good question. There's a couple things that come into play, right? Number one, not everybody did the trades. These were from, so the Jinx, the Farfetch'd, and the Mr. Mime. Number one, not only were they like trade mons, but they were trade mons in a weird way that don't exist anymore. So you literally can't get, because they were nicknamed. I actually have one on my I'll just show you guys. I have one on my PC, I'm pretty sure. Is like Mimian or whatever. These Pokemon were nicknamed very specific things. Yeah, Like, so this is mine from 2013, I'm pretty sure. It might be someone. So it has the OT of the NPC, which is no longer the case. It just says like your OT, and now it's like 15 IVs across. Now it is neutral nature, and now it's like a gift Pokemon, right? Back then, these were tradable. These were nicknamed. It was just like the traditional game. They had a set nature and a set pair of IVs. That's why these are like so rare and so interesting. Not everybody traded for them, number one. They're very iconic because they were such a limited, weird thing that you can't get anymore. Not only are they, like, you can, like, with Charizard versus 2012 versus Charizard versus 2024, you can still get a Charizard, right? You literally cannot get this Pokemon anymore. You can't. It's not possible in 2024. It's totally out of the game. It's really, it gets raised in price, even if there's a high quantity of them, higher than like other weird mons. There's more of these than there is like Phoebuses or like Cacneas. But like, who cares about 2012 Cacneas? You know, they're really rare because they were like a weird way to catch them. 2012 Cacneas are super rare, but not many people, there's not as much demand, right? There are some rarer 2012s that don't have as much demand. It's the same reason why like certain base set Pokemon cards might be super rare, but Charizard is one of the most expensive because people love, there's that demand, that popularity for Charizard. So I think these end up being super, super popular and super and high because just because of how iconic they are. I think that carries the price a lot more. Plus they're rare, right? But that carries the price more than the rarity. It's a great question. How do you move your XP flyer to the left? You can move every single box on the screen essentially in PokeMMO. It's so unintuitive. I wish they explained this better, but watch this, everything has like an invisible border around it. So if you click on the box, you can't move it. But if you click the invisible border, you can move it. It's so weird. It's just one of those things you learn when you play the game enough. Same with the hotbar. If you click on the hotbar, can't move it. Click the invisible border around it, you can move it. So you can really customize your UI. Same with I think with this, to be fair, you have to like click not that button. Oops. This button, and then you can move it. You could also, I've seen some people do this, like put it sideways, or that's covering the encounter counter, but like do this, for example, or like you can really customize your UI in Pokemon probably more than a lot of people do, which is really, really cool. Thankfully, the default setup isn't too bad, luckily. Yes, thankfully, the PokeMMO, the modern UI in PokeMMO is pretty good. It's pretty clean. It's all in good positions. Unlike the 2013 UI, which is a beautiful monstrosity that I miss very much. But it's disgusting. Look at this. This is, when I started playing Pokemon in 2013, this is what the game looked like, for those who don't know. This insane white text on white text, green box, Pokemon Pokedex, the super bright whites and blue blues and green greens. This is what the game looked like. And is it nostalgic for me? Absolutely. But even I can acknowledge that is filthy. Oh my god. This is kind of a good meme. I forgot my Rampardos is still named Desu Pog. The reason why, Desu's like one of the big developers of the game. When around Johto released, there was one of the mods put a like shiny Ho-Oh or something, like, you know, whatever, on the GTL. And it was called Desu Stinks. So I wanted to fight against that toxic moderator flaming the other mod, the dev, and make mine Desu Pog. But I feel like I need to change this now. I feel like this should be updated to something more appropriate. I'm going to name this after someone who is probably one of the most positive influences in the community and carries the weight of communication between the staff and the player base. We're going to name the Shiny Rampardos, like the Shiny I probably worked the hardest for, Rach Pog for the time being. All right, we have some Shiny reactions from Jared, that's me on YouTube. Check him out. He has 3 Shiny reactions, apparently all under Shiny odds within like 2 minutes. So this would be a pretty exciting video. This is a volume warning. This should be loud. People get really excited for Shiny reactions. Keep that in mind.
Hey grinders, it's Jared. I'm currently wanting to make this video to just show off the 3 shinies I've gotten within 283 hours of me playing.
This
within
is illegal,
283.
I've gotten
less than 300 hours and 3 shinies. Wow.
Lucky with these shinies. 2 of them are
Sandshrew, Vanillish,
which is my Sandshrew.
is it Gligar? I can't see. Oh, is it Tranquil? Are these
And this
all
is
like
my
story
second one.
shinies?
I've gotten during a catch event. And then my third one I actually got the same day during that catching event. 95.
Wait, you got 2 from 1 catch event?
And then this is my second one. I've gotten during a catch event. And then my third one I actually got the same day during that catching event.
Am I hearing that correctly? You got 2 shinies in 1 catch event.
95 encounters after just EV training.
95 encounters! This is literally me. Wait, I'm actually doing the meme.
The
I'm falling
clip
into his
just-
trap.
Just a warning. I am very loud in these clips. Who's getting mad hype? You already know. Some shinies. My current hunt is Shiny Lantern, so hopefully I get that soon. Make that into a video.
Okay, volume warning.
Oh my god, new One Piece. No way! No way, I got a shiny! Let's fucking go, I'm him! I'm fucking him! 1 in 30K! 1 in 30K!
Well, 1 in 30K stream. Dude, that's good, man. At this spot, what a weird spot to get a Sandshrew at. Oh, this is rapid fire. I like this.
Yeah, that's the 5 different.
Okay, this catch event. You're gonna get no way you'll get 2 here.
Oh, I fucking shiny! Oh,
Wow.
I'm fucking him!
No,
I'm him!
Holy shit.
this nigga the god.
Holy crap. Wait, let me see. So is this was like, okay, this was after the shiny event, but like 95 encounters later, you said. You're like EV training?
Gonna make me a pie? This guy don't make no pies.
It depends on what fighting type he's talking about. Like
Sounds
is it
like
just pure
Pokemon.
3 pure fighting types?
Econ
or
Kelder.
I need a
Yeah,
girl
I'm not gonna
making a
drop
pie,
indoor.
like a sweet old lady.
That's Tranquil's not bad, man.
I got another shiny!
Dude, like, it felt like a gremlin crawling back to I got another shot. Like, dude, like, he was like obviously laid back, hard chilling, like not my Magic the Gathering kit you guys can see. He was like laid back, hard chilling. That was so good. Like super didn't expect the shiny. That was so sick. That was, dude, congratulations, man. That was really cool to see. Thoughts on Nincada market? I think it's fantastic. Isn't it like, aren't Nincadas like super expensive, which is a really, really good way to for newer players to make profit. Honestly, they're cheaper now. I was buying a bunch for up to like 4K because I was trying to go for Shiny Shunninjo and I was super dry. Nincada market's great. Like new players can go hunt Nincadas. They have a base price of 3K. It's really, really good for newer players and beginner money making methods for stuff like that to have a good base price and be so accessible early game in Pokemon. It's a good thing. Would you call using Lepus shunting Spinda's laziness? I think it's kind of based. Now, I assume, I'm pretty sure Spinda is like really close to a PC, right? So you don't have to use Lepus. However, the copium argument is, oh, it's not lazy. It's actually just, even if it's really close to a PC, you will get technically a few more encounters per hour, maybe 100 or 200 or so, more encounters per hour by using Lepus at that spot. So you can actually use the copium argument and say, oh no, it's not laziness. I just want to be super efficient and get more encounters per hour. So there's your copium argument. You can tell all your friends instead of actually just saying you're lazy. All right, I've been sitting around for long enough. Let's go ahead and get some Pokemon that we want to go defense EV trains. I want to head over to Kakuna / Metapod, and we can just defense EV train there while we're shunting. It's a really good shunting spot, so might as well do both at the same time. All right, I've got 5 Pokemon that I need defense EVs on. We've got a Chansey. Chanseys are just always good to make for profit or to have. Another Chansey. A Starmie. I actually don't own a Comp Starmie. I really, really hate Comp Starmie. It's so annoying, but it's still good to own one. This one has no attack IV though, so I'll probably get a better one at some point. This is like a very budget just to own Starmie. Super cheap to make. I've got this Porygon that I would love to make into a bold, either Trick Room or like Calm Mind, some sort of weird set in NU. Solid to go defensive. It can do a lot of things. It can teleport. It can set up Trick Room. It can be Calm Mind and actually offensive. It can operate in Trick Room itself. Nidoqueen, I like going defensive. Nidoqueen is a pain in the butt. It's one of the few Pokemon that can learn Stealth Rocks, Spikes, and Toxic Spikes, and also absorb opponents' Toxic Spikes. So it can do a lot of things. Makes it the ultimate, like, setter of hazards. And it being defensive while on top of that and going, like, Poison Point or something to be super annoying can be a really frustrating Pokemon to play against. I need to put Everstones on my Chanseys because they keep trying to evolve. Like I always say, Chansey and Blissey both receive play in OU. They do slightly different things. I think Chansey with Eviolite is technically actually tankier than Blissey, hilariously. But Blissey gives you a little bit of special attack IV, so it actually enables you to run things like Fire Blast or Thunder against like Pelipper, or Fire Blast against like Scizor or something. So you can actually answer like certain threats or certain Pokemon, which is pretty interesting. Slash Ice Beam or whatever for Gligar, something like that, right? So they do slightly different things. You can also run leftovers. I always say like leftovers on Blissey is a big deal. Like the fact that you can run leftovers on that versus you have to run Eviolite to be tankier on Chansey is a big deal. So for example, like if you're running a sand team, you might want to run Blissey over Chansey, right? Because that sand chip damage is going to matter a lot more on your Chansey, where you have to click soft boil and you don't have that consistent recovery, versus on Blissey, your leftovers is going to recover the chip you take from the sand, which is really significant. So stuff like that is really important to factor. I think it's one of the more interesting parts, honestly, of OU. Even though I hate Chansey and Blissey, I think which one you select for your team is actually, there's some really interesting stuff going on there. I saw someone selling a Shiny Entei in trade chat for 4 billion Pokeyen. I heard about that as well. That's about what they go for, from my understanding. Shiny Legendaries go for around a couple bill, from what I've heard. Do people really have that kind of money? Yeah, not in cash. So the max is, I love this question. I talk about it a decent amount. When it comes to extreme levels of wealth in Pokemon, like billions of Pokeyen, these are people who got it through a couple of ways. They either got it because they struck lucky and struck gold on some old vanities, or they just started playing the game 3 to 5 years ago, made some smart decisions, grinded just like anybody else, made some smart investments, and it just happens over time. You can't really make that level of Pokeyen from just grind. Like if you just do your gym run every day, you're never gonna get billions of Pokeyen. Like it's not enough. But if you do your gym runs and you like catch Pikachus and sell Pokemon products until you have like 10 to 20 mil, right? And then you start shiny flipping, and then you get up to like 25 mil, and then you dump all that 25 mil into an event investment, like sealed product, and then you wait 2 years, and oh, now that 25 mil within 2 years has become like 50 to 100 mil, and you've also been making Pokeyen that whole time, and like you once it's definitely like it is a rich get richer sort of thing, but it's also a rich get richer sort of thing where everybody has access to it, which I think is awesome. Like everybody is on the same playing field. It does just take time, but that's everybody. That's how it works. But with that level of wealth, the max cash stack in PokeMMO is around 2 billion Pokeyen. There's also 8,000 encounters, which is cool. It's around 2 billion or so Pokeyen. It's similar to old school RuneScape. There's a max cash stack, right? And then, so the way to trade stuff like that, or the way to like, once you like reach that level of cash, you start trading things in items, right? So there are vanities like the blue flaming skulls, for example, or the orange flaming skulls. Those vanities are like 2 to 5 bill. So like someone might trade one of those vanities for one Shiny Entei, and that's a clean trade. What you'll also see is someone have like 6 times 31 Shiny Charizards, and like 100 RP 1000 RP vouchers, or like stuff like that. They'll just get stacks of items and like stacks of vanities. Like maybe you'll see someone trade like 2 scythes plus like a bunch of other stuff, like a 500 mil vanity for like you start to deal in items once you reach that level of wealth, because you literally can't have that much pure cash, which is pretty crazy. All right, well, in typical Patrouski fashion, also my webcam's not working for some reason. My stream crashed. I don't know why this constantly happens. I'm at the point where if you guys have any suggestions or any feedback, I'm really open to hearing it. It is a bug that occurs on Streamlabs where if I record a clip and then as soon as I end that recording, which I do a lot throughout my stream because that's how I do my stream recaps. If I get an interesting question in chat, I start a clip, I answer that question, I stop the clip, right? And for whatever reason, there is a chance that when I end that clip, it crashes my stream. I don't know why. I don't know. It just the whole thing shuts down. I have like 200 gigabytes left on my SSD, so I don't think it's like a missing space issue. My CPU and my GPU aren't being overworked from my understanding. I try to check my task manager. If you guys have any feedback or suggestions, I'm honestly, looking forward. I've tried running the program as an administrator. I don't know. So if you have any ideas, honestly, let me know. Sorry about that. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Like the video if you did enjoy it. Dislike if not. Subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO videos. Follow on Twitch for streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. I will not be streaming next week, excuse me, which is going to be from June 3rd to June 6th, because I will be moving IRL, hence all the boxes in the background on the stream webcams at the moment. But I don't know. That's enough yapping. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day, and good luck in your PokeMMO journeys. Okay, guys? Have a good one. Peace, peace, peace. Hey, thanks so much for watching the entire video all the way to the end. I really appreciate that, and I hope it was a positive asset to your day. And I also want to quickly say extra thank you to everybody whose name is on this list and goes above and beyond and allows me to do what I do. Thank you very much. Have a good one.